Jeff Trainer here, affiliate marketer. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to talk about failure and is failure an option? Lots of people have the philosophy that failure is not an option. They'll do anything to succeed. But failure is an option. It happens all the time, and it leads to success. Heck, what you should try to do is fail as soon as possible and as many times as possible so you could get to your success sooner. Back in the year 1500, there was a man by the name of Leonardo da Vinci. You probably have heard of him. One of Leonardo da Vinci's famous ideas was the flying machine. This flying machine was inspired by birds and was known as the ornithopter. And it got its name from the Greek word for birds, which is ornis. Now, it took over 300 years before Leonardo da Vinci's dream of flying was obtained. And through those 300 years, multiple people failed at flying an aircraft. Now, what if they would have just gave up? Failure is not an option. It was an option to the people that failed. In fact, they embraced it. They kept failing and failing and failing until the Wright Brothers finally figured it out. The whole idea of flying began way back in Greek mythology with a man named Daedalus and his son Icarus. They were imprisoned by King Minos on the island of Crete. And what they were trying to do is fly off the island. So they took feathers and they waxed all the feathers together. And Daedalus said to his son, he said, "Now when you take off, make sure you don't fly too high." So Icarus took this advice. He took off and he was flying like an eagle. And he decided to go a little higher and a little higher. And eventually he got too high. The sun melted the wax on the wings. He plunged into the sea and drowned. The moral of the story way back then was, you could fly if you try. The ancient Greeks knew this. They knew it way ahead of Da Vinci and way ahead of the Wright Brothers. They knew that the idea of flying was possible. They didn't know how to do it because the technology wasn't there yet. But they had the idea first that, hey, maybe humans can fly like birds. So then Da Vinci, he worked on his flying machine. And then people started looking at Da Vinci's works and saying, wait a minute, this guy's not nuts. Maybe there is a way we could fly. The point I'm trying to make is failure is definitely an option. Along the path in life, you're going to fail many times. But that failure is going to lead to your success. You just can't keep failing and failing and failing because you'll learn from each failure and then you'll become successful. I know it's kind of a weird philosophy to embrace failure, but those that have met with success have failed many times. Some a lot more than others. So then in 1809 and 1810, a man by the name of Sir George Cayley, who was an engineer who lived in Yorkshire, England, was the first to advance the concept of the modern airplane. He published 3 articles during 1809 and 1810 on his aeronautical research, and he called it Aerial Navigation, in which he concluded that lift is generated by a region of low pressure on the upper surface of the wing. And he used his findings to design a model glider in 1804 with an up-angled front wing and stabilizing tail. Now, the problem with his design is he used flappers as a means of propulsion. And that feature turned out to be relatively useless. And He actually failed with this model, but in 1853, at the age of 80, see, the guy didn't quit. He just kept on going and going. At the age of 80, he built a full-size glider that carried his reluctant coachman in a flight across a small valley. He actually was the first man to succeed in a gliding airplane. Now, after Cayley came William Henson, who was a contemporary of Cayley, and he tried to use Cayley's ideas to propel an aircraft by using a steam engine. It was known as the aerial steam carriage, and he also filed for a patent on it and received a patent in 1842. His design was the first to provide for the use of air screws to power a fixed-wing monoplane. His design employed a separate tail and elevator and had a 20-foot wingspan. He added 2 vertical fan wheels and a lightweight steam engine to propel the machine through the air. He built a small model, tested it, and failed, but he didn't give up. Then came a man by the name of John Stringfellow. Stringfellow, who was another contemporary, built an improved model in 1848. He launched it by running it down a sloping wire for 33 feet and then released it with the engine running. The model demonstrated true powered flight by climbing a little before it hit a wall. The steam engine was simply too heavy. And then came another man by the name of Alphonse Pénaud. Now, he was a Frenchman who used twisted rubber bands as motive in a model helicopter. The helicopter would rise easily to the ceiling when operated and became a popular toy for children, including the Wright brothers. In 1876, he patented an airplane design that was remarkably similar to modern aircraft. Now, a lot of what Alphonse Pénaud did was used by the Wright brothers, and without all of these guys working on the same project and failing, we wouldn't have never had the Wright brothers succeed. So their failures led to the Wright brothers' success. And that's how it is in life also. Your own failures will lead to your success. Or you can look at other people that have failed and learn from their failures and succeed also. Some of the best advice you could take is from people that have failed in what you're trying to do. Anyway, fast forward to the Wright brothers. Wilbur Wright, they didn't get it right the first time either. They failed a couple times before they actually had the first flight at Kitty Hawk. So the lesson I'd like to teach you today is failure is an option. If you have the philosophy failure is not an option, you probably won't even try doing what it is that you might fail at, because it should be an option. And you should embrace that option as fast as possible. If you fail, so what? Get up and keep going. Try something else. Learn from your mistakes, and success is waiting you sooner than you think. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe. Please like it if you got some value out of it. And hit that bell notification for more of my upcoming videos. Have a great day. Jeff Trainer. See you later.